The cabin was quiet. The engines hummed steadily as the plane climbed high above the clouds. Passengers were relaxed. Some watched movies, some read books. A baby slept peacefully in the back. Everything felt normal. In row 14 sat a woman who seemed ordinary. She looked out of the window with calm eyes. She did not talk much. She did not draw attention. To anyone watching, she was just another traveler. But she noticed things others did not. The captain's voice came over the speakers. "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We expect a smooth flight tonight. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey." The cabin lights dimmed. People leaned back in their seats. The flight attendants rolled the carts down the aisle, serving drinks and smiling politely. A man laughed at a joke. A couple held hands. Life in the sky moved quietly forward. But the woman in row 14 sat straighter. She was not tense, but alert. Her ears caught every small sound. Her eyes scanned the rows around her. She had lived through moments when small details meant everything. Time passed. The seatbelt sign switched off. People stretched their legs. The air felt calm. Then something changed. A faint smell touched her nose. Sharp, unfamiliar. Not food, not coffee, not perfume. Something else. Something wrong. She pressed the call button. A flight attendant walked over with her usual smile. "Yes, ma'am, how can I help you?" The woman leaned closer and spoke softly. "Check the black bag under the seat in front, please. Now." The attendant bent down and pulled the bag gently. Her hand touched the side and she froze. It was warm. Too warm. She looked at the woman with wide eyes. The woman's voice stayed calm. "Take it to the galley. Place it in a metal bin. Do it slowly. Keep your face calm so no one panics." The attendant nodded quickly. She carried the bag at a steady pace. Not rushing. Not showing alarm. Passengers around her did not notice anything unusual. The woman leaned back again, as if nothing had happened. In the galley, the crew placed the hot bag into a container and sealed the lid. They whispered to each other, worried but steady. One attendant returned to row 14. She bent down and whispered, "How did you know?" The woman gave a small smile. "I have seen this before. You did the right thing." The attendant's eyes softened. "Thank you." The captain's voice came again over the speaker, calm, measured, reassuring. "Ladies and gentlemen, our crew will be moving a bit more than usual. Everything is under control. Please remain seated with your belts fastened. Thank you for your cooperation." Passengers nodded. A few adjusted their seats. No one panicked. The short message was enough to keep peace in the cabin. The crew worked quietly. They offered water, handed out blankets, checked on nervous travelers with gentle smiles. The woman watched them carefully. Their voices stayed soft, their movements steady. She could see their training in action. The sharp smell faded slowly. The cabin felt normal again, but the woman's attention never drifted. She listened, she observed, she remembered it. A little boy across the aisle whispered to his mother, "Are we okay?" His mother smiled softly and said, "Yes, we are okay. The crew knows what to do." The boy looked calmer. The woman in row 14 closed her eyes for a moment. She remembered other times when alarms rang, when voices shouted, when every second mattered. She opened her eyes and took a deep breath. This was not one of those moments. Not yet. The lead attendant approached her quietly. She leaned close and spoke under the hum of the engines. "The captain thanks you. He wants to know if you notice anything else." "The cabin feels stable," the woman said calmly. "The smell is almost gone. Your team is handling it well." The attendant nodded, relief on her face. "Do you have experience?" The woman paused. Her answer was simple. "Yes, a long time ago." The attendant smiled. "Thank you for being here tonight. You are the ones doing the work," the woman replied. "And you are doing it right." The plane began to descend earlier than expected. The captain's voice explained it with ease. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning our descent a little ahead of schedule to ensure a safe and comfortable arrival. Please remain seated and fasten your belts." Outside the window, the clouds began to break apart, showing golden light over the city below. Passengers whispered with relief, pointing to the glowing horizon. The cabin grew quieter as the nose dipped and the engines adjusted. The woman stayed calm. She noticed the crew still walking with soft steps, checking every detail. She nodded slightly in respect. The landing gear came down, the flaps moved. The runway lights appeared below like a safe path through the night. The plane touched down gently. A soft cheer spread through the cabin. Some passengers clapped, others simply smiled with relief. The captain spoke one final time. "Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience and kindness to each other. Our crew worked professionally, and we are proud of them. We wish you a pleasant evening." Applause rose again and faded. The cabin lights brightened. People reached for their bags. Life moved on. The attendant from earlier stopped by row 14. She spoke quietly, only for the woman to hear. "We could not have done it so smoothly without you." The woman's eyes were kind but firm. "You stayed calm. That is what passengers remember." The attendant hesitated, then said, "I saw a patch under your sleeve earlier." It looked official. The woman gave a gentle smile. "Sometimes it is enough to know what to do and when to say nothing." They shared a quiet laugh. The seatbelt sign went off. The cabin doors opened. Passengers began to file out, one row at a time. As the woman reached the aisle, the man from row 13 whispered, "Thank you." She gave a small nod and continued forward. At the door, the captain stood with the first officer, greeting passengers as they left. He looked at her with a long, steady gaze, as if he sensed there was more to her than she revealed. He gave a respectful nod. She returned it with calm eyes, then stepped into the jet bridge and disappeared into the crowd. The world outside never knew what had happened in the sky that night, but But for those who were there, the memory of row 14 would never fade.